Yeah, I know that right now we're living in very hard times.
Tonight, the battle against SB 4 is heating up, plus chaos in the air. Witnesses say a woman tried to open an aircraft's door mid-flight on its way to Texas.
Plus, he revolutionized Mexican food in Austin. Tonight, we remember Chef Miguel Rivaldo. And your location shared for many eyes to see? A new feature on Snapchat could be a stalker's dream come true. The Night Beat starts right now.
Welcome and thank you for joining us on your Sunday night. I'm Chris Betts.
And I'm Brandon Jones. We begin tonight with a deadly crash in Fayette County. According to the Austin American-Statesman, 4 people are dead after a sedan and truck crashed head-on right outside of LaGrange. It happened just before noon. The 26-year-old driver of the sedan, Sherry Williams, and 25-year-old DeMarcus Johnson died at the scene. A 3-year-old girl traveling with them was also killed. The pickup driver, 48-year-old Juan Benavides, died at the hospital. 2 others were treated for their injuries. The fate of the SB 4 bill sits on the shoulders of a San Antonio judge who will consider shutting it down, and that decision could come as soon as tomorrow.
And the Night Beat's Nicole Rosella spoke to the executive director of Immigrants United about the so-called sanctuary bill and how they're preparing before that law goes into effect September 1st.
SB 4, also known as the Show Me Your Papers bill, the center of a lawsuit. A handful of Texas cities versus Texas itself. Among those cities fighting the bill is Austin.
Elected officials like Greg Casar that are at the front line of the immigrant community trying to stop this.
Executive Director of Immigrants United, Luis Ortega, feels they have enough support from political leaders in Houston, Dallas, El Paso, and Austin to win in San Antonio Monday. Still, they're preparing for the worst.
We just had a member of our nonprofit that her daughter was detained and she was taken to an immigration detention center, and the fee to get her out was $8,000.
There's a lot of fear in the immigrant community. So right now, Immigrants United is putting together workshops to educate people about their rights and teaching them how to manage their money if a family member were to be detained, including hiring a lawyer.
The faster that they could get those papers to an attorney, an immigration attorney, was going to be the fastest way we can get them out of the jail.
Ortega says bail can be anywhere between $2,500 and $20,000.
They're trying to push us back into the shadows with scaring our community like that.
He says the more equipped, the stronger the fight. In Austin, Nicole Rosales, KVUE News, Night Beat.
And on Wednesday, that group is spearheading a rally at the governor's mansion showing resistance. And then on Thursday, an Austin judge will hear the state's case against the city. On Friday, the DOJ filed a statement of interest saying the law does not violate the Constitution and that the department will help Texas fight those cases. We'll have more on that coming up in the extended Night Beat edition.
A disturbance aboard a flight headed to Houston from L.A. Passengers say a woman tried to open the emergency exit and jump off the plane. That's when the plane was diverted to Corpus Christi. You're looking at some video shot by passengers who say the woman wouldn't stay in her seat and paced up and down the aisle. She even wrote the words "help me" on her beverage napkins. Luckily, a Cleveland ISD police officer was on board the plane traveling with her kids from Sacramento. When the woman tried to open the emergency door, the officer detained her until the plane was able to land safely. Right now, that woman is in jail.
Well, this week, the Senate could vote on the much-talked-about GOP health care plan, but a growing number of Republicans are expressing some skepticism. 5 Republicans say they will not vote for it, including Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Others are undecided, and the White House is pushing back against criticism that the Senate plan would mean deep cuts for Medicaid. Instead, they say it just stops the expansion of the program.
Keep calling them cuts, but we don't see them as cuts.
I respectfully disagree with her analysis. It's hard for me to see the bill passing this week.
You move it this way, and this group doesn't like it. You move it a little bit over here. You have a very narrow path.
The Congressional Budget Office could have a score on the plan this week, including how many Americans would be covered, but so far there are no public hearings planned for the bill. All right, this is not a joke. We have seen 2 straight days of rain, and you wouldn't believe that after the recent heat that we experienced, record-breaking heat on Friday.
Yeah, and we have a special guest in the house to tell us when this rain is going to stick around. Chief Albert Ramon is here. Hey, Albert.
Hi there, Brandon. And, well, we've got temperatures that are in the 70s here tonight, and these temperatures will only fall into the low 70s by morning. And you're right, these showers have been around hit and miss. There have been a lot of locations that haven't even seen a raindrop yet. Max Storm Doppler radar showing 79 degrees right now in Austin. Just some lingering shower activity out in far eastern Lee and Fayette County. And we're going to look for additional showers to fire up with daytime heating tomorrow, thanks to a front that is stalled out to the south of us, South Texas. And that front will be the focus of additional rainfall for Monday, Tuesday, and even lingering into the middle part of the week. And just to have some rain around, we'll keep temperatures just below average in the upper 80s for tomorrow into Tuesday. But then the temperatures, they're on the rise. We'll talk much more about that coming up.
All right, thank you, Albert. Gigi's Cupcakes in Georgetown offering free cupcakes for a year if anyone's tips lead to an arrest of a man that they say walked into the store and used fake $50 bills to buy a single cupcake. The owner says the incident happened with a cashier that they had recently hired, and it's not the first time. The same man has hit other stores, including the Cedar Park location and other businesses in the Wolf Ranch area. The owner says the deal would be for 4 free cupcakes a week for a year.
Well, one of the early leaders of the Austin culinary scene and a founder of Mexican restaurant Fonda San Miguel, Chef Miguel Rivaldo, has died.
Now, Rivaldo's death hit home with the community here in Austin. Many chiming in, like Chris, saying huge loss, a neighbor and an icon. Fonda is still and always will be the best. Gary says, rest in peace, Miguel. A very sad day in Austin. Thank you for all the happiness that you created.
And Barbara had some kind words as well, saying he was not only a great chef and restaurateur, but also a wonderful, gracious, and loving man. He will be missed and remembered. The Night Beat's Aaron Jones picks up this story tonight. And Aaron, a lot of heartbreak over Austin right now.
There really is, Brandon, and one of the people who is deeply saddened about this is Rivaldo's best friend and business partner. He told us about all the hard work that his friend put into this place, from the food to the beautiful decor. Ask Austin's culinary community about Fonda San Miguel, and they all have something to say.
Really popular, really well respected for their food.
Over 4 decades, countless customers have stopped by, all looking to try some traditional Mexican cuisine with a sophisticated twist.
Texas used to be part of Mexico. Fonda San Miguel still is.
We last spoke to Fonda's co-founder and executive chef Miguel Rivaldo in May. He told us there's an art to his dishes.
I want the chilies, I want you to taste them in your throat, not in your mouth. I don't want to burn your palate.
After a battle with lung cancer, Rivaldo's family announced his passing this weekend, and a stream of social media posts came in.
They're all just extraordinary and extremely positive about him as a human being.
Tonight we spoke to Tom Gillian, Rivaldo's best friend and business partner. The two opened this Austin restaurant in 1975.
And in a couple of years, we had really established quite a presence.
Rivaldo served recipes he learned as a boy in his grandma's kitchen in a beautiful setting.
He, of course, was a fabulous professional chef that really initiated what's now called interior Mexican food in Austin and perhaps in Texas.
He's proud of his family's accomplishments and says the loss has been tough.
And well, I miss him. My best friend forever. Been my best friend for almost 50 years.
Gillian says Rivaldo was kind, considerate, and never met a stranger. That's why he's hosting a celebration of life for his friend next weekend. And just like Rivaldo would want it, everyone's invited. And that will take place at 5:30 p.m. next Sunday. We're told already hundreds are planning to attend. Reporting live, Aaron Jones, KVUE News Night Beat.
Fitting way to honor an iconic man. Thank you, Aaron.